Hey there, welcome back. This is my son Carter. Carter, tell him what we're doing today.
So today we're going to be making a plasma blaster with some propane, some tubing, and some 3D printing knowledge.
All right, now before we get too far down the road, I want to talk about safety. Safety comes first. Let's make sure that if you do this project, you're outside, you're in a ventilated area, and you don't hurt yourself. I don't want anybody coming away with missing limbs or any kind of explosion that burns them. So be very careful if you choose to do this project. Now, let's show them the plan, Carter. Okay, here's our game plan. First, we're gonna take a propane tank. At the end of the propane tank, there's a little valve that'll put propane into this clear tubing. Clear tubing will then go into an expansion chamber, and at the end of the expansion chamber, we're gonna have a ping pong ball. Now, we've done some testing already, and what it'll do is when you ignite the propane, it puts this cool blue flame through that clear tube. And then as you let it run long enough, it'll exchange and expand in this tank, and then it'll be able to blow out a ping pong ball. So essentially it's kind of like a potato launcher, but it's using these little ping pong balls. We've done a little bit of testing already, and it turns out it works really well. Let's look at what we've done so far. Okay, before we go any further, Carter's gonna show you how this works.
So you turn on the gas, and then gas goes through down, and it makes kind of like a fuse. And then when you spark it, it makes this cool blue effect. But the problem about this is that it's too long. So the fuse is short, and it would get to the expansion chamber.
Now let's talk about this expansion tank. The way the expansion chamber works is the idea is to build up a little bit of extra propane inside of here and use that spark to shoot out a ping pong ball towards the end. Now, we did our first try like this as a single piece, and it just didn't print very well, and it wasn't really a good design. So this was our first try. Then we continued with a second and third try. They look very similar. The real problem with this second try is the threads. We screwed up real bad on the threading. I haven't done a whole lot of threading in Fusion 360. This is my learning print. Test number 3, threads are much better. I ended up learning a little bit how to make these threads fit together quite a bit better. Another problem on version 2 that we didn't do very well, the ball didn't fit inside of here in the end very well. So fixed that on this one, but I fixed it too much. It was too loose. So on our third try, we're going to fix a couple of problems with this. And then the other thing that we also learned is that the expansion tank needs ventilation, almost needs holes so that air can move into this. It's not just propane inside the tank. It needs a little bit of room for air. We are going to add holes to this expansion tank so that it shoots better. Is there anything else we need to add on this next version?
I think we should add a tighter nozzle so it can shoot further.
This is a short PVC pipe, only, I don't know, maybe 3 feet long. And we're gonna use this almost like a barrel, wherein this clear tube sort of shoots that blue flame. The blue tube is going to be wrapped around this PVC pipe, and we're going to install this at the end of this PVC pipe, so we've got a little bit of a distance from the explosion. So what we'll do is we're going to measure the outer diameter of the PVC pipe and put a little piece right here on the bottom of the expansion chamber, and we will drill a hole in the PVC pipe about here so that we can run this clear line into the PVC pipe, into this line. Holes are going to be in here, and then boom, nice little ping pong ball shot. Okay, we rigged it up again. This time we're going to do the same thing with a ping pong ball sitting in here nice and easy. 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. That was awesome. Okay, now another try. Same thing. This time, long tube instead of a short tube. Put that in there gently. Propane. It's ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Give it a second.
I think it's just too long.
No, too much air. Too much air.
think it's just too long. Yeah, we need to shorten that cord. Okay, let's take this cord and shorten it to 5 feet and give it another test run. Put it in here like this. Propane. Less propane. That was awesome. All right, we proved it works. Now let's go ahead and redesign that expansion chamber and we'll kind of put it all together at the end.
Yep.
That was fun. Okay, the print is just getting started. You can see what we did here is we added holes. We added a little flange that'll fit on the outside of that PVC pipe. We made this inner piece a little bit longer and we made that a little bit bigger for the ping pong ball. So hopefully this new design will print better. And over here, Carter, what we got?
Got it. Great.
It's just getting started. We're using this clear PLA that we found at a flea market. I got a whole bunch. I got 4 kilograms of PLA for like 15 bucks, and this was one of the spools. So we'll see in about 6 hours.
A few moments later.
All right, next day. Print is done. Just coming off the printer. How does it look, Carter?
It looks good. Just the support failed a little bit.
Yeah, support's a little rough.
Yeah.
Good enough though. It looks like it printed fairly well. How are the threads?
I haven't tested them yet.
I think I'm pretty happy with it. There's our stars and stripes. America. We're back. We're in a new spot today, and we want to show you how this whole thing works.
So this is the gas, and it's propane, and this gas just feeds gas through this tube, and it makes a blue fuse effect when the spark is pulled.
At the end of the fuse, at the end of this long fuse effect tube, it's going into this assembly here. This is what we're calling the expansion tank. 2 pieces. This one here holds a ping pong ball. So this threads in, and then we also designed some holes. I'm not sure if you can see them, but this has some holes on the sides of them. We discovered that they're a little bit too big, so what we did was we made a little sleeve that goes around the expansion tank, and the holes align. But we can also adjust the sleeve so that we get just the right amount of pressure inside this tank so that it shoots the ball just like we want it to. Now, one other thing that we did that's kind of interesting on this is inside the tank, there's a little spot in the middle where it fits onto the tube nice and snugly. And the outer diameter here fits around our PVC pipe, which we've painted up really nicely. So the tube will go into the hole on the PVC pipe and it comes out of the end, and then we're able to mount this expansion tank on the end. And then our PVC pipe, which is all painted up red, white, and blue for Independence Day, will kind of be our platform where we mount all the rest of this stuff. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
Let's start building.
Let's put it together.
Yeah.
All right. So the way this works is we're gonna put this through, there's a hole all the way through this PVC pipe. And if you put it through like this, and Carter, you can connect expansion chamber here. So now this is connected right there. I don't know if you can see that. Push it down so that it fits. Let's go ahead and like mount.
It's not this. I think we'll need 2.
It's a little crazy, but I think at night it'll look awesome. The craziness actually will add to the fun.
That's cool.
All right, you want to do a blast just to
Yeah, can I do it?
test it out?
Can
Here,
I?
I'll turn it on. I'll hold it for you. You do it.
All right, turn on.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's awesome.
Let's go over a couple of reminders to make this a really fun project.
All right, reminder 1, safety first.
Yeah, safety first. We're dealing with an explosion. Just don't get hurt.
Number 2, clearance matters.
Clearance is important, especially on this end piece. We had to do a little bit of sanding inside this sleeve and just to get the clearances right. So clearance is really important on this. Be ready to tinker with it.
Reminder 3, 5-foot tube works really, really well.
So this tube came in a 10-foot piece from Home Depot. We found that using the longer the tube is, the harder it is to sort of make it look good and make it work. But if you do it too short, you don't get that really cool light show thing that we were going for. So 5 feet is what we used here. it works pretty well for what we're doing. Tinker with that length as well.
Reminder 4, don't kink the tube.
So this tube right here is really easy to kink and fold, and it's important to not kink that. It just won't work if you have any kinks in the line.
Reminder 5, make adjustments.
So the name of the game to this is play around with it. You're gonna have adjustments to how long you let the propane go into the tube and how wide you open this expansion sleeve. So you're gonna have to do a lot of tinkering to figure it out. We found that 5-second countdown works really well, and about half of the hole size is also fun. But play around with it, play around with how you do it, and let's make it a good time.
Dad, you forgot something. Maker World.
Good. We're gonna start an account on Maker World. I'm gonna post the design for this on Maker World so that you can print this on your own at home. So stay tuned for that. Look for a link in the video description. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Happy Independence Day.